I hope everybody is in Shata and all your spiritual uplifting must be progressing properly for all these Paryushan 8 days and then Das Lakshani. Uh, Yesterday we finished the up to Ahimsa Anuvrats. Okay. And this is the Sthul Pranatiprat Virman Vrat. That is the Shravak's Ahimsa Anuvrat name. Now, I think yesterday I talked to you. I just want to repeat a little bit. Okay. Sthul means, okay, bother, in a sense that you can see it. Okay. So we are not talking any Shukshma Jiv. We are not talking any Ekindriya. Ekindriya Jiv is the only one we call it Shukshma. And the Vrat name even indicates here, it is Sthul Pranatipat Virman Vrat. Pranatipat, it means Prano Atipat, means you hurt any living being. But it is Sthul. Okay, Sthul means it is, like I just told you, it is from Tras Jiv. All Tras Jiv is the Sthul one. The Ekindriya Jivs are the Sukshma Jiv. Okay, and Sthul Pranatipat Virman Vrat, Eno Atipat, એના માટેનું જ આ વ્રત છે. આની અંદર the things what I'm saying here, that there is no sukshma or one sense living beings are included in our vrat. In our vrat means for the vrat for the lay people. Okay, that's one you keep in mind. You can do it, you can do as much more, but this is the minimum. Okay, now if somebody says I don't want to eat even this thing, that one in the sukshma jiv, that's okay, that is well and good, it is better even. But as far as your vrat is concerned, this is the minimum everybody. And when you avoid sthul vrat, sthul jiv, the violence of the sthul jiv, you are avoiding gross sin. Okay, you are gross pap, big pap you are avoiding. That is the point I just wanted to make. That doesn't mean you are not acquiring any bad karma or pap karma, but it is of the lower magnitude because it's only from the sukshma, and that carries lot less magnitude of pap. So that's keep in mind. The rest of the things we already discussed it. And since the life cannot exist without violence, use minimum violence to one sense being or lowest sense beings for our survival in agricultural, industrial, occupational, living activities with through carelessness and thorough carelessness, carefulness and due precautions. This is the key things you have to keep in mind. All right, that we are taking the vow for stool, which is from 2 cents to 5 cents, and that one we are avoiding the big sins. We are not avoiding all sins like what monks are doing. And similarly for remaining Anuvrats. Okay, now second Anuvrat is the truthfulness Anuvrat. Okay, Satya Anuvrat. or truthfulness, Anuvrat. The name is Sthul Mrushavad Virman Vrat. Again and again, wherever the word Sthul comes, it is from 2 cents to 5 cents. Okay, 1 cent is the only Sukshma one. Means you are avoiding the gross lies. But sometimes, we not even realizing we are doing lie, or sometimes we are just, it's a kind of a tendency to talk for the lay people. Okay, some of the things which does not hurt, nothing like that. They are the one called very sukshma lies. Do not give all the gross lies are: do not give any false evidence, do not deny the property of others, and avoid cheating of others. Cheating are the big things. Okay. So now, what are the little lies? Okay, little lies are something. Somebody comes from, where are you, coming from, and you don't remember exactly what you're going, and if you say something, I just come from here. Okay, there is nothing, no intention. There is no intention. Okay, just you did not remember it. Where do you come from? And you say you just came over here, and the question was no informal. No, there is no formal questions. Okay, just a casual conversation. How are you? And you say I am fine. Now the questionnaire is not even really looking for a really answer. And even though say you may have a headache, but you are saying it, I am fine. Okay. So those kind of the lies, whatever you call it, okay, it is not a truth, because you are not really, you have a little headache. But that's not the really lie, and that is not part of the vrat. Okay. No, if somebody says, well, but it is wrong. Yes, it is wrong. There is no doubt about it. Okay, but it's not hurting anybody. It is not saying, it's just a casual questioner asked the question, and we answered. I answered the casually. That's it. That's the end of it. Okay. So similarly, all other vrats, you have to look at it in that sense for the Shravak Vrat. The third one is a non-stealing Anuvrat, Achaurya Anuvrat. Again, Sthul Adattadan Virman Vrat. Sthul Adattadan Virman Vrat. Person must not steal, rob, misappropriate others' goods and property. These are the big ones. Okay, he must not cheat or use illegal means in acquiring worldly things. These are the big things that's which we are doing. But suppose somebody comes to my home and he wanted to write something. No, he borrows my pen or something. No, just a pencil or pen. And with the habit, he just puts in his pocket. Okay, that is not stealing. Technically, yes. He talks somebody's without the permission. Okay, but these are a sukshma stealing. If you really want some examples of that you are not being called no robber or anything like that. It is something you wanted to steal without letting me know from my house something expensive item. That's one thing. That's a stealing. Okay, but something of the ordinary value by mistakes, okay, by habit. No, you're taking it. It's not part of the vow. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So so this is the third vow. This is what we are taking it in Sthul Adattadan Virmal Vrat. Now the fourth one is the chastity vow, or Brahmacharya Anuvrat. It is not a Brahmacharya Anuvrat in a sense, but Sthul Maithun Virman Vrat. A person must not have a sensual relationship with anybody other than one's own lawfully wedded spouse. Okay, that's a very clear definition. Even with one's own spouse, excessive indulgence of all kinds of sensual pleasure need to be avoided. So this is what we consider the growth. Okay, that's the and again, Parsnat time, this for Anuvrat wasn't there even. It is the Mahavira who tried to guard every aspect of our life in such a way that we don't get in a unnecessary trapped into this kind of the situation. Okay. Now, and the fifth one is non-attachment Anuvrat or Sthul Parigraha Virmal Vrat. Just you don't you limit to it. Okay. You just don't hold assets and real estate assets, money, all other thing unlimited. Okay, you limit it, and then you every year you reduce it. Okay, so you spend more time in the religious activities, spiritual activities, and all that one. Parigraha is the really root cause of all our sin committed. And less parigraha we have, okay, we have less worry. Okay, we don't have to, we can sleep sound. Less parigraha person has it, we can sleep sound, except we have to have at least some reasonable minimum where I can eat tomorrow and I'm not worried about paying my bills tomorrow. Okay. And so you got to little bit balancing the things out. But otherwise, if we continue to hold more and more asset, then the greed has no limit. And you don't know how enough is enough. Okay. So let's go through it. One must impose a limit on one's needs, acquisition and possession, such as land, real estate, goods, other valuables, animals, monies, and etc. Of course, remember this is the old time. They always animal is kind of a wealth. Number of animals no people have. How many uh, cows you have it, how many these things you have it. Okay, all other animals, horses and donkeys, because these are the means of transportation or goods carrying. Okay, so these are the things. This is the old time. Okay, there was no machineries, there was no transportation, there was no uh, oils and no gasolines and no cars or anything. Okay, and those things are written at that time based on their situation. The surplus should be used for the common good. One must limit the everyday usage of number of food items and articles and their quantity. So you can say, okay, I can live with today 10 food items, something like that, or little less, whatever. Okay, and that's one, as long as you can control your diet. Okay, because the food attraction to the food, we have one of the highest attraction is attraction towards food, the tasty food. And that's the kind of the area, like we when we discuss uh, the Bahya taps. All right, there are 4 taps out of 6 are food related, so they can see how much we are attached to the food. Okay, and then non-possession, like non-violence affirms the oneness of all life and is beneficial to an individual in his spiritual growth and to the society for the redistribution of the wealth. If you actually, in one of the scripture I read, if you save the money more than you need, it is considered stealing because you have deprived others to have that kind of the property. Okay. So Jainism has no done such a, but it is like for monks, there is nothing. I mean, it's all absolute. Even for the lay people, they are saying, limit your desire. Limit your desire every time. Okay. Because if you don't limit your desire, you might be trapped in all these kind of the sinful activities. Okay, use your additional health for the benefit of the society. All right, so that is the now